This is a quick overview of how to use GDP for the first time. Once you've established a username and password, you may go back into the GDP to begin working on your lessons. To find the website, you may go to the home key, and it is right down here in the description. I also have it at the top of every weekly assignments message here under announcements. So I'm going to move this out of the side. So when you get into GDP, you're going to put in the username, your username, and your password, and sign in. Don't mind my video up here. Your first step is to click on lessons, or if yours is already visible, you may click on part 1, and under part 1 is the listing of all of the lessons for unit 1. You'll see a yellow triangle here, and that means that the lesson has not been completed. If you see a check mark, that means that that has successfully been completed. So you can see that this student did not finish 1B. When you finish a lesson, it'll automatically be saved to your account. Under the My GDP here on that corner, you'll be able to see your progress, but I as an instructor will be able to see all of the time that you spent as well as the completion of your lessons. For the most part, in the first 20 lessons, each of these small little parts of the lesson include instructions. They may include demonstrations. Some of it has audio and some may not have audio. It depends on your setup. Tells you at the bottom where we are. We're part 1, unit 1, lesson 1, page 3. And if there is a previous button, you may go to the lesson before or next, meaning the lesson next. I'm going to click next. I'm ahead here on 1C. It gives me an explanation of what the home row keys are. I get to a page finally when I can start typing. So this is where you will begin to practice your typing, and you will notice that each time you make a mistake, like I'm going to make a mistake, there's a red sentence that comes up that reminds me that I need to strike the correct key. So to continue the exercise, I strike the correct key, and the little arrow means to press enter. Now, one of the things I want to tell you is this first part of the course is where you really need to focus on not looking at the keyboard. So the goal here is for you to key without looking at your fingers or down at the keyboard. Okay, so force yourself to keep your hands on the home row key and use quick movements to press the correct key and return quickly to the home row. So when you're finished with typing this, you will press the next button. So let me finish. Enter, enter. Enter. Okay, so I am finished. And I am going to press the next button. Okay, I want to skip ahead and show you something in the next section, which is 1I, and it's called word building. And so on some of these lessons, you'll come up with a blank screen like this. And it tells you here at the bottom that you are in part 1, unit 1, lesson 1, page 5, lines 14 to 17. So you need to refer to your big book on page 5, and on page 5 you will see I word building, and there lines 14, 15, 16, 17 are some lines that you're going to type, and it says on the instructions here, type each line 1 time. So line 14, I'm going to just do an example. Oops, I made a mistake, but it still kept it. Okay, and then you're going to just type that whole 4 lines